please watch part 1 of my review on Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. If you haven't yet, please click here to watch the first part of Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage review. I think it's incredibly unrealistic that Spyro has to pay Moneybags gems for him to have a new ability to swim underwater and climb on walls. What made me and my friends thought it was a slap in the face was once when we bought the ability to climb on a wall, Moneybags tells us that all we had to do was just jump on a wall that's climbable, and we were like, that was it? That's just like saying that I can't get out of this seat because I have to pay for it.
Thanks.
I just wasted money. One thing I absolutely despised was to save Hunter in Fracture Hills. His feet are stuck in the stone and he asks you to get the sorcerer safely to Hunter from those earth shapers. You do that and you expect to finish the side mission with Hunter, but no, he asks you to come back and get the ability to headbutt. Once I get that ability to headbutt, I come back to Hunter and he ready like I expected, but unfortunately he got his feet stuck in the stone again. I have to get the sorcerer all the way back to Hunter all over again, and I already done this mission, but no, I have to do this again so I can begin the mission with Hunter and smashing those 8 earth shapers. My least favorite level of the entire game has to be the magma cone. Seriously, the music of this level absolutely sucked. Usually I could find a pretty good aspect for a bad level, but no, there is no good aspect of this level. I did not like the side mission of flying and defeating those lava lizards because they keep pushing me off every time I get too close to them. But I have to get close to them because my fire attacks isn't long in range. But wait, you can swap a lava rock in Spyro's mouth and shoot them, but it's still a 50-50 chance that you will get them. I couldn't tell you how many times I got pushed off and fall into those lava, and sometimes it's so too much of a chore to be going to find those lava rocks and spit it back at them. And I keep doing that over and over again because Spyro can only hold one rock at the time. Still, it's still too much to be shooting those rocks at those lava lizards. But that's not the worst side mission of that level. No, the worst. My least favorite side mission of that level has to be playing Hunter's game of being the first one to catch 10 crystals popping out of the ground. These type of side missions are my least favorite part in any game. Though I never found the side mission until I was in high school. It pissed me off so much that Hunter keeps winning the game by being the first one to win 10 crystals. You have no idea how many times I had to replay that stupid game, and all pissed off at the point that I had to throw my controller at the ground. Seriously, the worst aspect of the game, it has to be this one. And just thinking about it just really makes me mad. I hate those parts in video games. Spyro 2's improvements is what really shines the game. Let me first say that swimming in Spyro 2 is probably the best swimming mechanics in any video game. Seriously, there are games like Super Mario Galaxy and Tomb Raider that never get their swimming mechanics done right. Spyro 2, on the other hand, I never had an issue with swimming because the camera angle is always in the right direction, behind him, which makes controls for swimming underwater very easy. I mean, this game was released in 1999, and we're still having troubles controlling our character swimming underwater in video games. Plus, it's more fun swimming in this game because when you press and hold the charge button, you can swim really fast. With this new feature, I'm able to enjoy going through levels like Aquaria Towers and many more levels that have a body of water to swim. The level designs in every level except Magma Cone are my favorites. It's really hard to say which level do I like the most because there are so many of them. But let me list them down for you. Levels such as Glimmer, Colossus, Heraclos, Sunny Beach, Aquaria Towers, Crystal Glaciers, Breeze Harbor, Zephyr, Fracture Hills, Mystic Marsh, and Metropolis were some of the best levels to experience in an easy video game. And the soundtrack for each of these levels are just breathtaking. I mean, just as soon as you enter the portal, you can see a little story of some of these creatures who live in this world having a little problem with your enemies that you need to take care of. And seeing the ending cutscenes of the level just brings a smile on your face. But what's good as the levels are the homeworlds like Summer Forest, Autumn Plains, and Winter Tundra because it feels like the true magic of Avalar. Listening to the music on each homeworld is truly magical, and it made me want to explore the entire area. I give the soundtrack an A+ for Stuart Copeland, the drummer of The Police, for making excellent music for the original Spyro trilogy. The boss fights were really fun. I remember I was battling Crush, the first boss, and my friends and I were on the edge of our seats going wild just to defeat Crush. Battling Gulp was just as intense as ever when he was using that blasting machine on his back against you. Finishing off Ripto couldn't be more epic. Out of all the Spyro games, Spyro 2's bosses were the most memorable. But what's better than the bosses are the characters. There isn't one character that I disliked, and rarely I could find that in a video game. I really like the professor because of his quirkiness. I know that most people really hate Moneybags, but when you think of it, he is the funniest character of the game. Sure, he makes you pay gems to get access to an area or an ability, but it's really hilarious just to hear him being his character and being self-centered and greedy.
That Ripto has caused enough damage. All his meddling has cost me a fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt. If Ripto were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind. In fact, I'd give him a lot more than that. I was a champion bantamweight boxer at university, and I still know a few moves. Take that, and that. Boo. Ah! Why, you...
Every time I see that bear, it always puts a smile on my face. I love Elora because she's a really nice, caring type character. I mean, a fawn? That's cool. But at the same time, weird to have Spyro and Elora having a love interest with each other. Ugh. Also, I have to agree with every Spyro fan I have met. Hunter has to be the best character of the series. I know that I said him and Magma Cone has to be the worst part of the game, but encountering him in the other levels is what makes the game more fun. I mean, he'll make sure that he'll give you something to enjoy in the level, like riding a manta ray, putting monkeys in the barrel, and so much more. I'm also glad that he made it in Spyro 3, but how did he decide to join with Spyro? I mean, he was in the third game, but in the ending of the second game, it did not show Hunter deciding to join Spyro, but rather cleaning up what Ripto has destroyed. Not even the ending, when you complete all the levels and skill points, even explains it. What's with all this crap? Oh, like we even care about that. Ripto survived? So that explains how he made it to enter the Dragonfly. I knew they were in a love interest. Weird. Huh, like that even matters. What are you waiting for? Give us the ending! This is it? This is it? Anyway, back to the game. Battling Ripto is probably the most epic boss fights in a simple video game, and beating him to save Avalar is one of the best endings for a simple platformer game standards. When you defeat Ripto, all those gems that you had to pay Moneybags are given back to you as a token of appreciation from Hunter and Elora. Also, just to let you guys know that Dragon Shores will probably be worth every moment collecting those gems and orbs. You'll have a lot of fun playing those rides and playing all those mini games. Most people I know of would always point out Spyro or Spyro Year of the Dragon as the best of the series, but forgotten the negative parts about those games and left off Spyro 2. Don't get me wrong, I think the original 3 Spyro Dragons were the best, but it's just that Spyro 2 did so much that made it better than Spyro the Dragon, in my opinion, and Spyro 3 added too much. Playing Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage now was just as great as playing it back in 1999, just without the people I grew up playing the game with. Most critics criticize the game for being too easy, but with all honesty, it's just at the right balance of challenge at best. I've been playing this game throughout my childhood over and over again, and to this day I'm still playing it. Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage is one of my favorite games of all time, and going back to this game is like riding a bike. This game was re-released on the PlayStation Store in 2007, but had technical difficulties, so 2 years later they had fixed the problem and resold it again. If there was a PS1 game that you want to buy on the PlayStation Store, I recommend that you should get this game because this game is totally a lot of fun, totally replayable. For a gamer like me, it gave me a really great childhood. Sometimes I do think that game developers don't really know how much a game could really affect a person's life the same way music and songs goes. But I do have to say, for a simple platformer game, this is one of the best experiences I ever had with any other games. Thank you, Insomniac Games, for making the Spyro trilogy. You're the best. That's the reason why I give this game a 5 fingers out of 5. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like this review. Till then, stay tuned for my next video game review, the original Ratchet & Clank. Peace.